wish I could actually see the dang screen before.
Oh, before we go, so that we don't have to
adjust so I don't have to adjust. Like, it seems weird.
It does. It is
Maybe
weird.
there's a different way to do it.
Well,
that I don't know.
We don't know. We're just amateurs at this. We've only been doing it for the last 3 years.
We don't know what we're doing. Nope. But hello.
And then their electronical stuff. Here we go. Flock around the table.
I hope you don't have a seizure.
Yeah, wait. I can set it so that it just, hold on. There's a set button over here. There. But now you can't see any of the lights because it kind of fuzzes out.
It glares out.
Yeah, and the funny thing is oh, shit. Now I'm back.
Now she's getting electrocuted. Shocked her head.
Except my hair doesn't look any better. So anyway, welcome on Sunday, December 10th.
Yeah.
Flock Around the Table, episode number 172.
Crazy.
I know. She just hopping along. She's like turning on so we glow. Yeah, this way we can get a little glow behind us.
Little glow. Just a little glow. No big deal.
Yeah. Just, but that's just a natural glow for us,
Right.
We're not. Our little halos are right there and everything, So.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, like my shirt. Nice, naughty, innocent until proven guilty.
Yeah. Yep. For sure. For sure.
That's pretty much me. So she's got a fucking.
I'm a fucking delight.
You are a fucking delight. That is definitely something we probably, yeah.
Isn't that the best? Thanks, Karen.
Thanks, Karen. Yeah.
Thanks, Karen.
Hi, Nancy. How you doing? Yeah. So anyway, things here. It's a little cold today. We had a nice week, though. It was beautiful.
We did.
In the 50s.
Jamie actually went and golfed yesterday.
Really? It was a beautiful, it was nice,
Yeah, it was probably nicer in the morning.
Yeah, it rained. It kind of spit every once in a while.
It never spat on him on the course, but
which is good.
He said it did start to get cold.
Oh, the temperature started. I think just humidity or the dampness comes in. I hate this time of year with that, because you can't do anything for that. Like today, I'm going over to Carmel, Indiana, and they do a Christmas Kindle Mart.
Right.
It starts in November. So anyway, I'm meeting my niece and my great niece.
Yeah.
And my great great niece.
Yeah.
I sound really old when I say that.
Okay.
Now my niece is only like at 50, right around 50. My great niece is like 28. And then my great great niece is only 2 months old. So I just say niece.
Yeah.
I mean,
You're going with your nieces.
I'm going with my nieces.
Yeah.
Nieces and pieces. So yeah, I'm going to the Christmas Kindle Mart. It's really nice. Very German based, very food vendors, different little shops and things like that in Carmel. It's really
I would go along with you, but I don't think I'd want to be walking that much.
No.
Yeah. For those not in the know, I did a doozy on my foot.
She did.
I sure did. And I wasn't even swinging from a chandelier.
No, she wasn't doing anything wrong. She was just simply walking by.
Getting up. Just getting up.
I
was getting up out of the chair.
Oh my God.
And my whole foot went, I'm not going to stay under you no more. We're going to roll sideways. So I did that Monday. Did I do that on Monday?
Yeah, I think it was Monday.
It was Monday.
Yes. Yeah, I think it was because I think I brought my cane over
on Tuesday
after.
Carly ran over here like after work and brought me crutches. Thank you, Carly. And then Deb the next day brought me a cane, which I've been using the cane a lot. But it's turning nice, pretty colors now.
Carly, you can have your
crutches back.
I've had more trouble using crutches than anything because I'm just not coordinated enough and I don't have the arm strength, and they're either way up here and I can't do it just to get them.
And you feel like a kid swinging on a swing set.
Yeah.
You know, you're like, ooh.
Yeah. The way you're kind of going, you know. And so I always have a tendency. I went to the walker. I like the walker much better. Yeah. Besides,
I'm kind of digging the cane.
Yeah, the cane's fun. Yeah. See,
Jamie actually said to me, he goes, I kind of thought about getting a cane a while ago.
Yeah. It's pink too.
It's pink.
And it's got Mickey and Minnie on it.
And it's got Mickey and Minnie on it.
Yep. That's my favorite one. The handle's Mikey's got fixed the handle. I took a chunk out of it. I think it got stuck in the car door or something.
And you went,
yeah.
And it just tore off.
All the way down and it fits in my suitcase.
Nice.
Yeah. So if I think I might need it on a trip or may need it to cheat at the airport to let me think that you're
so
get on first.
I was off all week.
Yep.
I was on vacation. I had every intention of completely like obliterating my yarn room and reorganizing, redoing, maybe moving some furniture around, all that. Yeah, that did not happen. I did get through my yarn.
Yeah. That does look, the round thing looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did get through that. That's about it. That literally,
well, and you must have done that Monday before you tripped.
No.
Sunday?
No, I did it. I did it Tuesday or Wednesday.
Oh, okay. It's just so hard to do when you're hobbling around and everything, because you want to turn to set it over here, and then you can't turn quick enough.
I didn't do enough.
Yeah.
I didn't do any cooking. I actually.
It's good for you every once in a while. Hi, Ellie.
Hey, Ellie.
And Diana.
Yeah, I can't stand long enough to do any cooking.
Yeah.
So I didn't do much of that. What I did do
Carly was like, you want a boot? You want some of this? You want some of that? You went, poor kid, she's had that foot fixed twice. So she's over there going, oh my God.
Yeah, Carly has everything. She's like listing things off. You want this, this, this. And she ran over. I was almost in tears because that first day, I couldn't put any pressure on it at all.
Oh, no. When you first like that, until you get that swelling to kind of go down and those nerves to get all reset. Yeah. I fractured my foot. We had an older dog and he had trouble with the stairs. So Mikey puts a ramp in. Now, y'all got to know, Mikey does nothing on the lightweight side or the smaller side. So it's not like a ramp that kind of just goes like this. No, this ramp went into the room, like 8 feet long or something. And it had a slow bank and the whole bit. Dog wouldn't use it. He hated it. He'd jump up on the side of it and then go up. He wouldn't use it. He was like, I'm not that old, Sure enough, I'm coming down the ramp and he trips me and I fall off the ramp and fracture my foot. And I'm leaving for Disney. That's okay. I can use crutches. It's not a big deal. I'll be fine. No problem. No way. That was the first time I got a scooter at Disney World. Was that time when I hurt my foot. It was like 2010, 2011. And I was like, oh my God, no way.
Carly said she went crazy yesterday and spent $200 on yarn with a 20% discount. Where in the heck did you go, girl?
Actually, what's her name? Expression Fibers Art. She's got like a 40% off one of her
she does
her yarns. She does a good job.
Yeah.
Everybody's got a Christmas type sale going on now anyway, which is very tempting. Even the flock.
Even the flock does too.
Yeah. I don't know. So everybody kind of got us. But my new favorite place to go and shop, no offense to everybody, is going to be Phat Girlz.
Phat Girlz.
PhatGirlz.
Yeah.
Phat Girlz. Phat Girlz. Phat Girlz. Whatever. Ashley, I'm sorry I'm slaughtering your name. Because this week in the mail, look what Ashley made me. Look at this.
Did you?
They should be on my feet.
Do you have her card?
No, I didn't bring it.
Oh.
It's in my yarn with the yarn up on the table. I wound the pink, and she sent me a pink, and she sent me some variegated, and I'm going to make some. I think I know what I'm going to make with the hat. I'm going to make a hat or mittens. I got 2 patterns that I got to pick out to do with the pink that she sent, because she sent me yarn to say that since I give it away, I can make something and then give it away. So I thought, well, I have to make something and give it away. So I thought I'll get some of the pink and I'll wind it. And then I found it. And then the little ones, she sent me some little ones, some minis are, I found a fingering headband, which is really cute. So I thought I'd do this. But Ashley, these are great. And I don't know the colorway, shouldn't say, but they sparkle and everything.
And she was talking about, so the hat the bend and snap hat that I'm doing, I have this rolled over, pick it up. And she was saying, I do the same thing on my socks.
She does.
So this is the top of her sock. She rolls, it's just done.
Look
it's
at how
not
cool
ribbing.
It is. And it's great. It doesn't dig in. I got fat calves and fat ankles
so she does a provisional cast on.
Yeah.
And then connects them together.
And then actually, because if it's stockinette.
So awesome.
Yeah. And if it's like a stockinette, because that's all it is, it won't roll then.
Right.
So it's just your regular going round and round and round. And then she did this, and it fits great on my fat calf. So this is so good. And I was going to wear them.
So see, you can wear hand knit socks.
Yeah. But you can't
with
see
your
them.
Fat calves.
But you can't see them.
Who cares?
I know.
They feel good on your feet, and they keep your feet warm or cool.
Well, which is true. I have to admit, I went up. We went to lunch on Thursday, and it started to speak to me, and not well, in the afternoon. And so I went upstairs, and my tootsies were cold because I was really tired. So I put these on while I was sitting in my bed getting ready to take a nap, and it was so comfortable.
See?
I was like, oh, I could do this, But so anyway, thank you, Ashley. I was so touched. My husband was like, she made you a pair of socks? Because he knows how long it takes me to do some of this stuff. I said, well, one, she's probably super fast, and she probably knows this pattern where she can talk and help people and probably turn the heel or whatever you do.
She could be a sock knitter.
Yeah.
And that's that's her jam. Like you do hats. So you have 14 hats at home that are already knit.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if she said, oh, let me knit her a pair of socks and then had these done in a week, or if she already had these done. It doesn't matter.
Oh,
these are definitely hand knit.
I'll lay odds that Ellie is doing socks too, because she does a lot of socks, and she's sitting there knitting with Beatrice.
And Colleen and Carly, I will definitely show you guys how to do this. This is great. I'm not going to say it's super easy. It's fiddly, but it's really cool.
But if you do it enough, and if it's your standard way of doing things, you just, and I think this is a great pattern. I could do this on my mittens.
Yeah.
This is a wonderful, simple little, I don't know how people do it. Yeah.
It looks like 3, 2, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, something like that.
Something.
Yeah. So there you have them, guys. I have a pair of socks. I think I'm going to take them home and frame them.
Yeah, frame them. Put them up on the wall.
I am going to hang them like this. I'll leave them hanging all the time so everybody can see my socks. I'll take them down and put them on when my tootsies are cold, and then put them back on. I was going to wear them today when we went to Christmas market, but then I thought, I'm going to a Christmas market. I better wear my Christmas socks. So I put Christmas socks on instead.
You can put those on and then put the Christmas socks on over it.
Oh, I hadn't thought about that. Kind of like I did with this, to make sure that this was on the outside and I have a long sleeve t-shirt underneath. So it's hell being
Colleen,
cold.
I have this for you.
Oh, cool.
For her blanket, for your blanket, girl.
That girl is going so fast.
I would have used it for mine, except it has no pink in it. So it's yours.
Yeah.
It's yours for your blanket. But the reason why I have this is because it wouldn't have been enough to finish the Musselburgh. So I pulled a U.
You did, huh?
I just put ribbing on it and called it hat. Now I have the slouchy hat.
Oh, but now you need like a pom-pom thing down here.
Yeah,
so
I need something on the end.
You need something on the end. So now see?
Or maybe a tassel or something.
Well,
but super slouchy.
I wouldn't have gone that. A tassel would be great.
Right.
Yeah, like a tassel ball down here. That's perfect. Oh my gosh.
Super slouchy.
Super comfy though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just on the mild days. Maybe the 40 degrees or something like that.
I mean, maybe Jamie would wear it.
He'll probably fit his head, you know.
He does this, so he would be like, okay. So my husband wears hats all the time. He flips the top part. He looks like a fucking dork. He goes like that. That's what he does. And he's bald. So, the more protection on his sensitive little head.
I made Mikey. He even asked me to make him a hat, and I made it out of chunky yarn. It was that gridiron one of our people said to mention to do. I think we call it gridiron. Anyway, and I made him one, and he was like, "Oh, this is great."
Then he doesn't wear it.
However, I made one on a pattern, and it was short, like even for me. But it just fits enough to cover like a yarmulke type hat, a little bit bigger than a yarmulke.
Mikey?
He wears it in the bed in his room. It comes to like here. Like the hat comes like here, just to keep his head warm when he's working. I don't like that, guys. There you go.
So that's my FO. I finally have a fucking FO.
Yay!
I even washed it, and then it was a little bit. It was a scotch big. So I washed it. I dried it in between towels. Kind of blocked it in between towels, and then when it was almost dry, I threw it in the dryer.
Okay.
Because I wanted it to shrink a little.
Shrink a little. With these, is that what it does? If you stick them in the dryer? Because that Mikey's terrible.
You don't know what this is made out of, so don't put them in the dryer.
Okay, I'll wash them.
Unless you want them to shrink a little.
Well, no, they fit fine.
Yeah,
they fit. They're a little bit loose, but that's okay. I won't stay this size. So then they'll be perfect for when I go up. Yeah. And my foot's
Colleen had a holy conniption when she heard that I washed and dried my socks just with a standard load of laundry. But I'm like, it's 80-20. You told me it was 80-20.
Right.
And they're fine. They size right back down to, if they stretch out a little bit. Because I don't wash them in between each time I'm wearing them. No. I don't do that.
Oh, so you don't have to do that with these.
But I don't know what she made this with. This could be 100% wool with just this Delina to make the sparkle. We don't know.
No, I'm sure it's a super wash.
But
because she knows her stuff.
Yeah, more than likely. It's got some stretch.
They have beautiful yarn. And Ashley, I almost bought a whole bunch. But I stopped. I thought, okay.
Did you buy any?
No, not yet. I'm looking.
It's in your cart?
Not quite yet. I got it on a piece of paper. I'm looking. Yeah. So I'm not sure. Because, yeah.
So, I saw.
Because I did do some cleaning out this week.
Yeah.
Well, actually, my biggest problem is I don't have anywhere to put it. Because every surface in my house has something on it. Usually 1 or 2 layers. Okay.
Virgin not being a hoarder. Yeah.
Well, I think I really am. I think I'm at that point. I have a.
You went past the virgin on, and you've tipped all the way into full on hoarder.
I'm just about on. I mean, the cup is spilling, but it's not all the way empty.
But you don't have a problem getting rid of things.
No, I get rid of things, but then I have to replace them because there's an empty space. So it's like. Anyway,
so you need to purge faster than you can purchase.
Yeah, and like buying yarn is a totally separate hobby from making.
Yes.
And buying fabric is so totally separate from sewing.
Yes.
And buying crayons and pens
is completely different than coloring?
No, it's all part of it, but it takes time to get to know, because you have to get to know the pens. And then you find a pen you like, and then you can't find it again because they don't carry that.
So when
brand.
you buy it, you buy like 12.
Well, usually 2, because you never know. And then if I don't, well, I don't spend $40 on my pens. I mean, I go to like Five Below or Temu or something, or when they're on sale on Amazon. And then if I buy 2 when I'm at Five Below for $5 each, then I'll donate the other one if I don't like it, or I donate both of them because I don't like it. But I won't open the second box, so it looks like a brand new box. But I'll put the other one, and then I make a little bag, like this, like a bag. Did I show you guys this? I made my bag.
You showed it last week.
Okay. And I'll make a bag, but small enough, and I'll put the pens in there so they get a bag and the pens or the pencils. So then it's like a double gift. So then Goodwill can sell the pens separate, but then they can sell the bags. So it's like they get double gifts. Yeah. I'm not working on anything major right now, guys, because Stephen West has his hyper knit along at the end of the month. And I bought the yarn.
You bought the yarn.
And I bought it from Stephen West because with his, you got his book, his hyper knitting book number 4. You got the whole book. So it actually worked out to be a better price getting it directly from him. And that starts after Christmas. So I thought, I'm not going to get into crazy things. That's going to take a lot of time. And I love Telly Bean. I love Stephanie Loviton stuff too. And she did a mystery knit along. But now I have all 8 clues. So now it's not a mystery to me. And she did actually put the picture of what it's going to look like. But she wants you to use your advent calendars to do it. Okay. And it's going to be like a notebook about like this wide, because she writes everything out like Stephen West does too. Pearl to this. And sometimes it's good and sometimes that isn't. Because if you've got a description this long and you're going through and you get to the 3rd line, you got to remember where you were in the pattern.
Yeah.
Because sometimes
that's why you have the colored tape.
Yeah, but then you got to move it on every line.
Mm-hmm.
So it can be a little bit of a pain in the neck. When you're out here like this, it's not so bad. Because then you're not dropping it every 2 seconds. But when you're first starting, you're spending more time moving your tape and stuff around.
True. I had fun with Tori's big wrap because I was doing that with tape.
Yeah. So I don't know how you guys started to do it. And I know that there's like Knit Planner or some of those Knit Companion that you can kind of put the line on.
Mm-hmm.
And I've never really learned it. So that's me bad. One of these days I'll get to that. So
I just like doing things that are easy. I don't like complicated.
So I went online because Sue's mother-in-law wants headbands.
Yeah.
And I thought I can probably get some of those done before I see my sister at the end of the week. So I got this really cool headband pattern. It's called Emerald Song. And you may not be able to see, but you do it with the yarn in front. It's a fun little pattern. The only thing except Christina. It's
kind of like dragon scales.
Yeah, it does. Sort of. Because
this have little scallopy sort of things.
It's floated in the front. You work with your yarn in the front.
Cool.
So it's pretty cool. But her measurements, even though I'm at gauge, I need to adjust because this probably won't even fit my head.
Yeah, it will. It'll stretch.
It'll stretch. But anyway, so I'm going to work on a couple of headbands, like with the stuff that Ashley sent me, so that I can get some of those done. I think those would be pretty cool to do as gifts and things like that. So I thought that'd be fun. And to donate. Yeah. And to give away and things like that. So I thought, and then I feel like I'm doing something because allegedly this only takes like 62 yards. So even from like a DK, you could probably get 3 out of there, no problem. So.
Do you want to see what I started?
Yeah, I want to see what she started.
Okay.
You see what she started? Hey, we're really doing a lot of knitting stuff today.
I know, what the hell? Well, you know why? Because I couldn't do anything all week. Except sit here and knit and crochet. Like, wait till you see my blanket. Yeah. Holy shit. Okay, y'all, I'm we have like Netflix, Disney, Hulu, Paramount. We have, Prime. We have all of these things. And where am I at? I'm on YouTube watching all week, y'all. All week I was doing this. And I don't know why. So if you guys know why, please tell me. But all fucking
You're not
week,
going to take responsibility for you. Please.
all fucking week I'm watching these YouTube, and they're like hour and 2 hour long things of the Japanese countryside.
What?
I know. Like, I don't understand. And I mean, yes.
No,
they're not talking.
It's just the pictures.
There's no talking. It's like survival living, sort of, but not like what you and I think of survival in the US. Like there, it's just farming.
Okay.
And daily life. So they're gardening and they're taking care of all their animals and building things out of bamboo, and they're not talking at all. There's very little talking. Or they might talk to their chickens.
Mindless TV.
Completely mindless.
Yeah.
But I'm completely fascinated by it. They're making all sorts of shit out of fucking bamboo that they walk up into the mountain to drag it down. They're building. I'm just flabbergasted by it. I'm completely enamored by it. That's what I've been doing all week, is watching these people in the Chinese or Japan countryside feeding their chickens and ducks. And
I think Jamie was here and he's probably going, "What are you, a what?"
I turn it on in bed. Like before I go to sleep, I'm turning it on in my freaking bedroom, falling asleep to it. And there's this soothing music in the background. I'm okay.
I have to admit that is true, because when I go to the
my brain did need a break. She's like, your brain just needed a break.
I think so. I mean, I have to admit, because there's something about Asian type music. I mean, Chinese.
It wasn't Asian type music. It's like it's like Bach piano.
Oh,
like it's not. It's not even
like,
Asian kind of.
Not even Japanese.
No.
With the chimes and stuff.
I will have to play you some of them.
Play me before I go.
There's whole channels.
Ellie asked if you took too many painkillers.
Didn't get any. Take some Motrin. Oh.
Yeah, that's how they do it in the States. They just give you these go home and take a Motrin.
So here I am sitting here at my kitchen table with my foot up on another chair and my big blanket in front of me, and I'm crocheting and watching this Japanese lady, make her lunch and feed her chickens. The fuck is wrong with me?
I'm sorry.
That's what I'm doing all week long. Like I can't even I'm not going to even go on to like Netflix and see if there's some new movie out or something. No, I want to know what's going on with my Chinese lady
with her chickens.
Yeah, what's up with the chickens? And is your bok choy ready to harvest? Come on.
When is bok choy ready to harvest?
I'm not even going to get into it. Yeah, I could go on for days and hours and days. So,
Gail does that. I'm not kidding.
Watch like the strangest, nonsensical crap.
One time we were down at Disney and they had the Japanese TV on. And
sure.
Of course, they're talking in Japanese too.
Right.
It's like a soap opera.
Right.
And she's sitting there and I'm
watching
sleeping.
it like she understands. Like
she really gets it. I mean, and I rolled over and looked at her and she's like, Ellie, that's how it's going to be when we show up in Norway. She's going to get into this Norwegian TV and she's going to go, she's really listening. And I'm like,
no, you can't use a highlighter in lieu of tape. You can't move the highlighter.
Oh, yeah.
No. Gotta use tape.
Yeah, because the highlighter, I'd have to like do the erasing one. And then I'd have to like rub it off. Well, you could, because you could highlight
what you've done.
Right. And then as you go along. And you're right, in the beginning phase, though, because you're not, but if it's something you're going to repeat. Now, Stephen West's patterns are like Stephanie's, 96 pages long. Yeah. And you think it's hard. but
Yeah.
it's really not. He doesn't do very little purl, which is your kind of thing. 99% of his stuff, 95% of his stuff is knit. So except when he does these like scaly things and these kind of weird things where you pick up and go up and down. And actually that makes sense once you've done it a few times, but it takes a while. Marcia and I do the same thing. The thing is, have you ever noticed that too, though? When you buy a pattern, you think, oh, this is great. It looks really cool. And then you buy it and then you download it. No. Then you download it and it's 12 pages long. So you're like, okay, I just bought a book to read,
Right.
And sometimes
and then you change it into a spreadsheet that's like a half a page long.
Yeah. And
okay, so back to knitting, damn it.
Okay.
I saw the cashmere hat that Karen did.
Oh, it's amazing. She did it with the yarn from Amazon.
Cashmere.
Full cashmere. Glow and everything.
Oh my
God. I mean, it's got a halo.
It's so
the whole bit.
I put it on my head at lunch and I'm like, thanks for making this beautiful hat for me.
She's like, nope.
Yeah. Absolutely stunning, gorgeous.
Oh, yeah. She used like 3 or 4 different colors. It was
3. I think 3.
Is it 3? Oh, it's just
2 different grays and a white. So, or cream. So when you folded it, the bottom is cream and then the top is either light gray or you flip it over the other way and it's a dark gray.
Yeah.
It's so gorgeous. So when I realized I wasn't going to have enough, and then I don't have another yarn that is this kind to finish the Musselburgh.
Right.
That's
I don't have any intention.
That's why I put in just an inch of ribbing and called it a slouchy hat.
I like that though.
Well, while I was going through my yarn.
Yeah. Oh, look what you found.
I found this super pale pink.
Whose is that?
And white.
Nice. Amazing what we find when we go through our stashes.
Lenora.
Oh, I got that in Denmark.
Lenora, and it is 50% silk, I think.
It's got a nice...
Yeah, 50% silk, 40% wool, and 10% mohair.
Yeah.
It has this stunning little...
fuzz to it.
Halo to it. And the white has a little bit of sparkle.
Yeah.
Just a hint. So, of course, I'm making a Musselburgh.
Well, if you run out, I'll go to Denmark and get you some more.
Well, I'm just going to do the pink.
Okay.
When I run out of pink, I'm going to do all of the white. When I run out of all the white, I'm just going to do the other pink. So hopefully will be big enough. But here's the very, very, very beginning.
See, guys, and we don't do the magic when we just...
No, I just do an 8-stitch long tail. And then when I weave in my beginning, I'll just close it up.
That's what I do too.
So
she's going to have a fun hat. You're going to have
I'm going to have a pink and white fluffy fuzzy hat.
Nice.
And another great way to use those.
Yeah.
2 row counters. Love them.
Oh yeah. Love them. God, they're
because heaven forbid, I can't tell if I made an increase or if it was just a regular round.
I actually have it written down because I do enough of them for me. And if you're, and since I do, like me this week, I watch my neighbor's dogs because they were gone. So I got this much done just going over there and sitting next to them.
Right.
Because they're by themselves. And when I thought about it, at first I was like, oh my God, they're going to be by themselves all night. That's not fair. But in the kennel, nobody really talks to them or anything, So I thought, okay. So I would go over there and told them I had to do at least 1 row, which I did more than 1 row. But anyway, I did this. But most of the time my Musselburghs are loose, so anybody can wear them.
What do you mean by loose? Oh.
pretty
You
much
mean you're not
anywhere.
ballistically tight?
Not ballistically tight with my musclebergs. See, look how good that is.
That's just because you're getting comfortable with them, and you don't feel like you need to.
And I know that this is
Pull that
so many
yarn,
rounds. This is so many rounds.
Oh God, I don't know.
Oh, I know.
I don't.
I don't know the decrease because I rarely get down there. I don't do that many musclebergs complete. I have a half. This is a half muscleberg, about 7 inches or so. It right here gets about here on my ear.
Yeah, and then she's like, "Oh,
And then
forget
it's
it.
like,
I'm doing
forget it.
ribbing."
I'm doing ribbing, and I do the ribbing.
So you're close to that right now.
Yeah.
You're close to saying, "Oh, screw it. I'm
Yeah.
just doing
Well,
ribbing."
this was a from another kit. I think it was a Wonderland kit. So I have enough probably to do 1 or 2 more rows.
And then you'll have to do a different color for.
No, I actually.
Oh, you have the same.
Yeah.
I would almost do a solid.
Yeah. I could probably get another one out of there. I think it was a kit, and it was probably a full skein and then some, because it's much bigger than what I thought or whatever. But this is a color. It's really cool. It was a Wonderland. It looks blue and pink and yellow. The computer kind of washed up. And then there are a couple places it kind of pooled up, which is pretty cool. It did it all by itself. I just carried the yarn.
Yeah. Smart ass.
I am.
It's better than a dumb one, as my husband would say.
Well, I'm aspiring to be a wise ass.
Right.
That's what it says anyhow. So that's my week. So that's all I did. I did the things, and I did clean out. Like I said, back to my cleaning out. Like you were cleaning out.
Yeah.
I realized I don't really have anywhere. So I just sort of took stuff and put it back, but I did get rid of some stuff. And I realized,
and then you organized it when you put it back a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. And I put a piece of paper on top, like what's in there. I wrote down what was in the box. So it's sitting on top of the box. There was an actual box about like this size, a good size box, about like this, sitting on my desk with nothing in it. Stuff on top of it, but nothing in it. And I know why, because I was going to use it for Christmas material. It came back to me. And that was probably 4 or 5 years ago when I was last up there. Because believe me, the dust, oh my God, I thought we were having a dust storm. You know, like he's like, what the hell are you doing in here? He rearranged my room when we went to Alaska. Because he likes to pack on a table. He used to put one in the middle of the hall.
He thought it was okay for him to go into your room?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And I was still in my meds bed.
He's
still
alive and walking.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Yeah. Now, believe me, it was not a good scene when I walked in there and went, who in the flying F did you think you could do? I don't go into your garage and change it around. What the hell are you doing? He goes, well, it did make sense because he's got 2 really nice tables and we could pack on the table. And my suitcase is sitting there. He's like, I can put it all back together anytime you want. I'm like, no, you can't. But that's beside the point. But that's okay. The shelves that he moved over kind of hide all the stuff back there. So it kind of looks like it's very organized back there. I'm not going back in that corner because that stuff will fall on me where all my bags and stuff are at. So, yeah. I have this thing. I just like stuff. I don't even use it half the time.
You need help.
I do.
You need an intervention.
No. No. Don't intervene with my stuff. I'll get really mad. So I got new stitch markers, guys.
She did. She brought me over a bunch of them and she said, would you make these for me? And I said, but of course I can.
Because they said on the Amazon that they were luminescents. So to me, and in the picture, it shows that they turn green. So that kind of turns like, glow in the dark. So look, they're little ducks for when I go to Hawaii. I'm going to use them on Hawaii cruise because that's Carnival's thing.
Right.
So I'm going to use them on that. And I think I might go look for duck material and make a bag for that one.
Oh, yeah.
And Ashley, I'd make you a bag, but Ashley, you make your own bag. You have cool bags on your shop. So I don't even know what I'm going to do for poor Ashley. So
I'm sure she would love a bob bag.
Does she like the F word? Probably not. She probably doesn't want
Well,
this one's not so
she
bad.
she watches us, so she best
Well, this
be.
one's not so bad. I knit, therefore I swear, which is pretty standard. I don't know if there's too many knitters out there. Who doesn't swear when they knit? Come on.
Fuck if I know.
Yeah, and come on, it's like, yeah. My sister's bad. My sister swears at inanimate objects. She blames them.
For being there.
Well, for not working the way she wants them to work.
Yeah.
It's their fault. And and my sister,
Karen says me, LOL, she doesn't swear.
you don't swear? Right.
When was the last time you heard Karen swear?
I didn't. I don't think I ever have.
Yeah, right?
I might have heard. Well, maybe she's.
I don't think Marcia swears either.
No, I don't think Marcia does.
But neither one of them is offended by somebody swearing.
That's true. That's true. I have
There
to give them credit
there
for
are
that.
the people out there in the world that are offended when somebody swears.
True. That's so true.
And they can just stay on that part of the world. They need to be on my part of the world.
That's so true. Karen says nope, she doesn't. That's amazing. No, I bet Ellie probably swears in Norwegian.
And then you wouldn't even know.
Words.
Yeah, we need
some Norwegian.
Ellie, we
and
need
Sweden.
we need some Norwegian swear words.
When I come over, we'll have to get some Norwegian. I'll have to work on giving you all the English ones, and then Ellie, she says she does.
Not offended. So the guys in our warehouse, they know that if I'm swearing in English, they're fine. All is good. But if I go out there and I start swearing at them in Spanish,
Look out.
now you're in trouble.
Yeah. Well, that's how I used to get the dogs to get out of my way when I was in my sewing room.
Ellie said she'd teach you.
Oh, good. I love it. I'm going to have some Norwegian words and then we'll just share with everybody else.
Yeah,
So,
then you have to practice when you hit your thumb with the hammer to scream Norwegian.
I'll have to
instead of
practice
English.
Norwegian. I'll come back from Norway with my hand wrapped.
Right.
What happened to your hand? I was practicing my swearing.
Practicing my swearing in
when
Norwegian.
I was in Norwegia.
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 When I was in Norwegia.
And I haven't even had anything to drink yet today.
Oh my
So-
goodness.
Do you like hot toddies?
For the most part, no.
No.
Yeah. I mean,
don't care for rum, so I don't care for alcohol, the taste of alcohol. So,
right.
but
I mean, if somebody's doing hot
But
chocolate
isn't
and you
hot
put
toddy-
a little
a hot toddy is made with.
well, it's like everybody's definition of hot toddy. There's like the old fashioned one, which is, I don't know, like bourbon and hot water and something. I don't know.
Yeah, it's not eggnog because you don't heat up eggnog.
But
You'd have scrambled eggs.
but a hot drink, if it's like hot chocolate and peppermint schnapps or something like that, I'm down with it.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
Okay.
But I'm bourbon or scotch or whiskey, if it has that in it,
Then you're okay. Southern Comfort.
No, Southern Comfort is completely different. That is, yeah, I know it's a whiskey, but it's not a whiskey. It's not a good whiskey.
It's a staple. It's necessary.
It's necessary in my house. Tea, whiskey, honey, and lemon.
Okay,
Thank you,
thanks,
Nancy.
Super.
Yeah, I'll pass on that because for the most part, unless it's Southern Comfort, whiskey to me tastes like gasoline.
Really?
Yeah, but not Southern Comfort. Southern
Oh.
Comfort doesn't taste like gasoline to me.
Yeah, but Jameson's is very smooth.
Oh, no, it's not.
Oh,
It's like lighter fluid.
sorry, Ireland. I didn't mean to say
I
anything.
can't do it. Whatever. It's more for everybody who likes it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's just not my. Gail drinks. Well, mainly vodka now. Yeah, because she's gotten away from all the martinis because they raised the price. You
Oh,
gotta
on the
love my
cruises?
sister. You gotta love her. Okay. Here she is, a retired doctor. She worked 27 out of 30 days a month. She's put away a bunch of money, right?
Sure, yeah.
She has no responsibility. House paid off, cars paid off. Everything's paid off, right? So she has all this money sitting in the bank. She'll never spend it all. And she gets the package. She gets the classic drink package on both Celebrity and Carnival, which includes, up to like $11.
Mm-hmm.
The cheap ass, and she spends thousands of dollars in the casino, but the cheap ass won't spend $2 on a drink because martinis are $3. So she would have to pay $2 for a martini, even though she really likes the limoncellos and the flavored ones. She won't spend the $2. But the vodka doubles are fine.
Well, just give vodka doubles and a side of olives. You have a fucking martini.
Oh, and the guys in the casino.
For the most part.
One time I went down there and she had like this much liquor in there, and it was a double. Okay. But the rest of the glass was full of olives. And I am not kidding you. She said she wanted extra vodka. So those guys constantly give her these. I'm telling you, there must have been 12 olives if there was one. And they weren't little, they were big, you know. So she's over there eating these olives as she's sitting at the casino. Going, come on, motherfucker, pay. Yeah.
Yeah.
My sister's favorite.
Crocheter here, she says, crocheter, not a knitter. And I swear.
Well, there you go. Crocheters, too.
I got crochet for you. I did crochet this week.
You did?
I did.
Well, you worked on your blanket.
I worked on my blanket.
I want to show you guys. This thing is incredible.
I got black in.
But it's not the edge.
No.
How many more years are you going to go?
Oh, probably 5 or 10 years.
Look at this.
But I got several rounds, like 3 or 4 rounds of this black.
Wow.
Well, it's like a dark purple.
This
with
is
pink.
Pretty cool.
With pink.
And it's got a little gray in there. Look at this thing. It's huge.
Is the color that is working in it right now.
You can't see it real well. We face out.
And then mixing it with this one.
Oh, no, that's pretty cool.
This is one that came
from...
No,
Colleen does 3.
This is one that came from Phat Girl.
Oh, yeah. That's like the color she gave me in the little ones, I think. That's going to be a headband. I think I like this.
Let's see how big it is. Let's hold her up and see how big. How big are we at?
Like it's almost down. Wait, go to the floor. See, look.
That's the floor.
That's the floor. All the way up.
Almost
crossing my boobs. And it's 2 sides. Wow. It's huge. But you got to go bigger. Go big or don't crochet.
It will end up being big enough to fit a king size bed.
When she's done.
When I'm done.
Right. Cool. Because everybody gives her pink fiddle bits.
Yeah, I get everybody's pink fiddle bits. And
Except Karen sent one to you and I kept it.
Oh.
Because it's kind of Christmassy. It's a pinky Christmas. And I thought I'd make a Musselburgh out of it. Because it looked like it'd be enough to make a Musselburgh. So you can have what's left.
Okay.
Because I'll only do a half.
Yeah, right. Right. That's fine. So for those of you not in the know, this is my pink blanket. So I've done other crochet blankets where I used fiddle bits and I really didn't have there was no rhymes or reasons or rules to it.
Right.
It was just if I had it, it went in.
Right.
So there's acrylic and 100% wool and sequins and you name it, it's in, these blankets. This one has rules. This one, it needs to be sock weight yarn or fingering weight yarn. Mm-hmm. Preferably 80-20, but this one I don't think is 80-20. Matter of fact, I'm certain it's not. I think it has cashmere in it.
Oh. Well, that's okay. That part of it will just have to stay stretched.
Be softer.
Yeah.
But it also has to have pink in it. Anywhere. Any kind of pink.
Expression Fibre Art.
Yeah, this is an Expression Fibre Arts.
Mm-hmm.
It's 75% superwash and 15% cashmere and 10% silk.
Oh, that's one of her fun ones.
So this
her
one is
cash silk sock.
Yeah, this one is very soft.
It drapes beautifully.
Yeah.
I've done a shawl in this and it drapes amazingly well.
Oh, it's been nice to crochet with.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So this sits on my table and I crochet with my Japanese lady in front of me making her lunch on her flame that she made out of bricks that she harvested, Yeah.
And she built herself
of course she did. Yeah.
Because that's what they do.
Yeah. And everything is done on a flame.
Yeah. But you have very comfortable chairs.
I do have comfy chairs.
Yeah. If you don't have a dining room chair that's kind of comfy, even my desk chair, I don't like to sit all the way back. And if I sat all the way back, I wouldn't be cold. Because my back gets cold, we get a chill through the house.
So then you just put on a shawl.
Oh, no, I have one. No, I have a wrap that goes around me.
You have a few, don't you?
One or two.
One or two. If you need one, I have a couple that I can send home with you.
The funny thing is that I always, at the cruise ship, I'm hesitant, unless I know for sure they're superwash, then I'm hesitant to give them to them because they don't have the space to block them out. When they wash things, they don't have the room. It's just a tiny little room and they're sharing it usually with somebody else and it's a twin size bed. So they can't leave it on the bed and not sleep in the bed, So I'm hesitant and I don't know, maybe they don't have.
But when it's a shawl, how often do you wash and block a shawl?
Very rare.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I wouldn't worry about it.
Yeah. I have to admit, I have a sweater I made.
Just when you give away shawls, just say, don't wash it.
Yeah.
If you spill something on it, just spot wash that spot and you're good.
Yeah. Or just kind of, spray wash it type thing, unless you've given something else. That would work too.
But
yeah,
I can't remember the last time I had to wash a shawl because it was dirty. Like you're wearing it on the outside of things. You're not wearing it next to your skin. You're not getting body oil or.
True. You have a point there. I guess I just never really put two and two together like that.
My hats, yes, because I can get grody.
Well, actually,
hair oil and
when they're about time to get ready where I think they need to be washed, that's about time to donate.
You wash them before you donate them, don't you?
Oh, I wash them when I block them. But I don't wash block my hats. I spray them on a head. I put them on a styrofoam head and then I squirt them. And then that seems to block them out because you got to remember, I make hats usually from April to September, and I make shawls from September to April. Mm-hmm. I mean, in the summertime when most people don't make hats, I make hats and mittens. In the winter, I make shawls when everybody's making hats and mittens. I go pretty much the opposite of the world,
But it makes more sense. You're making the small things when it's hot outside.
Yeah, because then
you don't have a full blanket sitting on your lap when it's 85 degrees outside and 98% humidity.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm just doing little fucking mittens.
Yeah.
Because it makes total sense.
They don't get in your way. You're just sitting over here doing this and they're just right here. So it's not like they're getting in your lap and they're in the way. Maybe that's why I should go to socks. And I could give away socks like Ellie does. So maybe. No, I probably wouldn't give away my socks.
Yeah, no, you would be keeping your socks.
Well, unless you gotta remember, but
really proficient at it, like.
But mittens but mittens for me and from the way I make them, they're pretty much right here. So you're not doing any tough stuff. This is right here, see?
But you could do
you're not doing all this.
Socks like you do your mitten, your limb thumb mitten. You could do an afterthought heel.
Yeah.
And an afterthought toe. So you could do
Well, I wear flip-flops a lot, so maybe I'll just forget the toe.
You could. You could just do a long tube.
I could take, oh, I know what I could do. I could take Dollar Tree socks and cut off the toe and sew the toe onto my sock. Then I wouldn't have to do all that work.
Right.
I could just go to here and then sew on the sock. I could do that with the heel too.
You could put in a button heel.
Oh, wouldn't that be great?
Oh,
I have to come up with that.
You're so bad. That would be like the English professor with, the patches on his tweed jacket. You have hand knit socks with fucking pink fuzzy.
Well, they make them that way. They do it on purpose.
Oh,
they
I know, because it keeps their jackets on.
And nowadays they don't even do that. They just leave it all. You buy them all ripped. I was in.
Colleen
Kohl's.
said she would knit the heels and toes for you.
Oh, good. Thank you, Colleen. I love my peeps there. I'll get it to that point, and then you guys can figure out. Well, Karen does socks, and then Karen's like, "Oh my God, Karen does socks."
No, but she doesn't. She doesn't pick up her fucking stitches, and we just make fun of her for it. And she does not. She doesn't pick up her stitches on the heels.
No, Marcia does that. Good old Marcia, you gotta love her. I'm beginning to think I need to start going on her Wednesday night class so that I can start giving her my stuff to block. I have a stack like this that I need to block, and I just haven't gone down there to do it. But I did learn something.
You could bring it over here. I'd block it.
In 20 years, we've had, actually 12 years, we've had our washer. I thought I didn't have a rinse spin cycle separate, but I do.
I know, Jamie.
I just learned that.
I've had mine for 9 years.
12 years.
I didn't know it. Jamie YouTubed it or something and found how to do our spin cycle on mine. I didn't think I had a spin cycle.
Because that's how Marcia does it.
I have a rinse and spin.
Yeah,
I have a rinse and spin.
Which is what Marcia does.
But not just spin. I couldn't figure out just the spin.
Oh, we don't have just a spin. I even asked Mikey. He says, no, you don't have just a spin.
I bet you do.
We probably do, but he said no. So maybe he doesn't want me in there doing it. I can't use his
washer.
Use the air fryer.
Or the washer.
As a rule, no. It's usually
she has a man boy.
Well, when you've hung
a
a Hoover and then you've broken 3 vacuum cleaners and you've broken a lawnmower, and I took the garbage out and the wheel fell off of the garbage can. And it wasn't my fault. I'm not the maintenance person on the garbage can, but the wheel fell off. And we buy a brand new $50,000 car this past year, and he puts the cushion there and tells me to aim for this piece of metal. And I aimed for it, not knowing it was sticking out this far. So, I caught it on my car. And I have a scratch and a dent in my car because of him, because it was sticking out. But I got that close to it. I got it. I did get it. So it means I was.
She talks about it's okay, y'all. She talks about how tight it is getting her car into her garage, and
because there's stuff everywhere.
I thought she was
Crazy.
Exaggerating a little. No, she's not. When she says she's that close to it. That's how close she is to it.
Yep.
It's that close.
But
I don't know anybody who knows the size of their car better than you. No, I'm not fucking exaggerating at all. She knows exactly the size of her vehicle.
I was the one that backed in. Okay.
And I can't even imagine that. It's bad enough going forward.
Oh no.
The way you have to, but
I can't
go
but
backward.
I pull in now and I have trouble seeing the front corner. I even have a booster seat, guys, because I can't see.
She has a booster seat so she can see the front of the car,
so
know
that
exactly where she
I
is.
aim for the corner, and then just when the lights come on in the garage, I cut the wheel really hard so that my back end sort of swings over. But you got to be careful when I back out, because he's got the drain pipe. I've taken that drain pipe out I don't know how many times, because I backed right over it, because Mikey doesn't like the
and I thought our garage was tight.
Oh, I could do your garage, but I wouldn't pull in your garage. One person would pull in and hug the wall, and the other person would back in, so you had a little more room. But you guys both pull in.
We both pull in.
Yeah.
My husband, we have a 2-car garage, not a 2.5, a 2-car garage. And we both drive big vehicles. He drives that big boat.
I have a Ford Escape plug-in hybrid, and he has a Kia Soul.
Yeah, you have 2 smaller
And we've always
vehicles.
had smaller cars. We have one medium size, like the Escape.
Yeah.
And Mikey, who's 6 foot tall, would get out of this tiny little Fiesta. There he is.
It's a clown getting out of a car.
It was.
So my husband drives a big boat.
Yes. Oh, cling, 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 cling.
And I drive
an SUV.
An SUV. Not the biggest kind of SUV
No,
you have,
it's a good size.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we park in there. Now he has to hug the wall, so you can't get into his car
But
as
he's
a passenger.
also 6'5", and you can see the front end of the car.
Yes, but like me pulling in, when Jamie pulls my car in, he puts the rear view, the outside mirrors in. He folds those in to pull in. I can do it without folding in but my mirror actually is the perfect height on my car because it goes just over my garbage can.
Okay. God forbid.
So I'm like driving my car in, and the rear view mirror or the outside mirror is just skimming the very top of my garbage can, and I'm inches away from my garbage can.
See, now I would ding my door because I always have too much junk getting in and out of my car.
Jamie has dinged his
my
rear view mirrors because he has to fold his in to get in.
Yeah. Well, and I'm not worried about that. I mean, yeah. Gail, when we were in Ireland, sorry, the person in Ireland, she kind of took out somebody's side mirror, but it's common in Ireland, and I walked down the row of cars and everybody had dinged mirrors because
the roads are too fucking narrow.
Too narrow, and they've got those thorny bushes along the sides.
Yeah.
And so that's what scrapes the mirrors a lot of times, even when you live there, if you have a bigger car. So now I know why they drive smaller cars. But anyway, such is life. It's
kind of like that little winding road that goes by the Salem church.
Oh, yeah.
That road is so narrow too.
Yeah, it is. And I don't come that way.
It's
I come
scary. It's scary in the wintertime.
Yeah.
When you come across other big cars.
I have to admit, when I go home from here and it's snowing, I do go that road.
Oh, I love going that road when it's
and
gorgeous.
Then there's this house that has a little shed that's a 2-story shed outside that both Sue and I are going to steal.
I want that. I want the little shed. I want to live in the little shed.
I want to live in the little shed. And I think somebody probably did at one point because it's cute.
No, it was a farm stand.
Oh, was that it?
It was a farm
stand. It's as cute
stand.
as can be. I'm like, I said, I want this one. I told Mikey, I want one of these in my yard. That, and I want a shed that looks like a saloon.
That would be so fun.
Wouldn't that be fun?
I think it'd be a blast.
Just like a little saloon type thing. You don't have much.
That whole property would be perfect because
right.
Because you could have the girl cave out there in the little 2-story shed.
Well, the shed that's out there that has the door and the window and everything, and that was supposed to be a she shed.
In your yard?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go back to the one that's on the corner there, though. That's really good because you could have the she shed on the 2-story shed that's out there. You could do the saloon in the garage that they have right there because it has the big sliding doors like a big barn. Yeah. And then you have the main house.
I know.
It's
perfect.
It's the perfect property. Now, if it just didn't flood there.
Yeah, if it just didn't flood in my corner, then it would work. And
I think that's why that particular lot has changed hands so many times.
Yeah, it could be.
Is because I think it floods.
It's too much. Yeah. Well, my corner does. We have the corner of our thing we call Lake Hilton. It does back there, and it would drain except 1, 2, 3, like 6 houses down in the other subdivision behind us. They took their yard all the way to the fence, and the city's never come out and said they've been fined.
They took their yard all the way to the fence.
And so they've blocked up the drainage.
Oh.
They blocked the drainage, so it backs up.
Mm.
And the city's fined them, but they haven't done it. They haven't taken it out. and they've just left it there. And then the house next to them also went all the way to the fence. You're supposed to have an easement. That's an easement there. So it's supposed to drain down to the little creek, and it doesn't. So we end up, and in the summer with bad rains and stuff, the backyard, Mikey goes so far, you can tell how far he's gone, because that corner has no grass, and the stuff coming out a ways grows because it's not as mushy, but he can't get to it.
Right.
So I know it's bad when he takes the weed whacker out there to cut the grass. So
it's driving him nuts.
It's driving him crazy. So he's going to go out there and whack it down. Yeah. But yeah, my she shed became the storage for his fancy little, wonderful little lawnmower that was supposed to be mine because he wasn't supposed to. And then they said he could use it. Now I can't use it anymore. And I never broke that. And he won't let me use a snowblower either. And I love using the snowblower because it goes.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, it just flies everywhere. I love going out there and using the snowblower. And he's like, no, I don't know what you're doing that. You don't do it right. How can you not blow snow right? I don't take the garbage out right either, so I don't do it anymore. I'm over it. I said, no more. I don't cut the grass either. I don't do it right. I always offer, but he says no. I'm like, fine. Then I won't do it because I don't do it right. I have to admit.
You're like the typical guy, right? They will purposely put the dishes away incorrectly out of the dishwasher so that the female will be like, just don't. Like, I want to be able to find my tea thing when I need it.
If he were to start doing that, move it, I just adapt. Because my mother used to come over.
No, you will do things wrong just so that he will go, don't. Well, that's usually what guys do. They will do something wrong so that the woman will just go, I'll do it. Don't even do it.
Well, I have to admit,
you've learned to do it right back at him.
Riding the lawnmower is fun. Riding that little, because it's a zero turn. It's really cool.
Yeah.
And I have to admit, I like going round and round and up and down.
And so you don't have pretty lines like he wants lines.
No, it's called it. Yeah, he goes this way, then he goes this way.
Yeah.
And then he goes this way, and then it's like
whatever.
A herringbone.
Whatever.
But yeah,
he puts pretty lines in there, and you have a jigsaw puzzle.
Yeah.
But it's all cut. You're like,
it's all
cut.
It's all cut. It looks fine. It's just, yeah. So yeah, he actually went to the neighbor and asked Frank to do it when he was out of town. Yeah, because he figured Frank would be.
But after like 2 days, you don't see the lines anymore anyway, and so he would have never known if you.
Well, I did go out there, but I can't find the key. I think he has the key to the lawnmower on his keychain that he takes.
Or you gave it to Frank.
Or he gave it to Frank. So I don't know how to start it.
Call a locksmith.
I don't know how to start it.
Call a locksmith and have them.
You got to do something to turn it on. Oh, it's one of those little funky plastic things that you kind of, one of those little funky cap-like things. Anyway, on that note, guys.
Yeah. Ellie says you just have more knit time then. That's right. She doesn't have to cook. She doesn't do laundry. She doesn't do the grass. She doesn't. Yeah.
I don't clean most of the house. I don't. He does all the tech stuff now. I don't do much of the investment stuff. I don't do.
You have lots of color time, knit time, shop time.
Playing the games on the computer time.
Right.
I putz around a lot. I look like I'm busy. Seriously,
right.
I do.
Yeah.
Because it takes a while to move it from here to there and then to move it back there because it doesn't work over here.
Well, and then you realized, that's why it was there.
That's why it was there in the first place, because then I know that's where it is. See, so that's how I work it. So anyway.
All right. We've been babbling long enough, I think.
We need to let you guys go and get your Christmas shopping all together and enjoy your holiday.
Which is where Jamie is right now. He's out Christmas shopping.
Yeah, he wouldn't tell us where he was going, a little snot bag.
That's okay.
I know. I got Mikey's gift. I found something for Mikey. He has this cup warmer upstairs, like a little, and it keeps it pretty warm. But he's always looking for a mug, like a glass mug or something that has a flat bottom to sit on it. So I actually bought him a smart mug.
Oh, the mug itself keeps it warm.
And you put it on the docking
Mm.
thing. So I bought him a smart mug for Christmas, 20 ounces, 16 ounces, something like that. I don't know. It's a pretty big, good size. So you use your phone, just another fucking gadget that he's got to figure out. And you use your phone, and it'll ding when it starts to come down, so you can warm it back up.
Mm. Well, I got Jamie. I can't tell you because he watches us every once in a while.
Never mind.
I'll tell you after.
I'll tell you afterwards. But that's what Mikey doesn't watch it, so I know Mikey's not.
Yeah, but we've seen Jamie come in and fucking comment.
Before. Yeah, I know. I loved that. That was priceless. I thought that was the best ever.
Old hags.
Yeah.
Smart pants. All right, we're gonna let you go. You guys have a good week. We'll see you.
Stay safe, stay warm. And I know it's not a touch screen, so if you look at that, I was already here doing this. You can't see the little arrow. Can they see the arrow?
No, they cannot see the arrow.
Maybe we should change that to something else. Like a knitting needle or something. Wouldn't that be fun?
Okay.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.
I think that'd be pretty cool. No, you can change them. They're